Okay, so we're going to go fishing down at Tidemills. There's a village that grew up around a mill that was erected here in the mid 18th century, so around about 1750, sometimes around about there, for milling corn to make flour, which was exported over the whole of South England. At the height of its success, it was 3 stories high and had 3 mill wheels operating, and it was powered by the power of the tide, which is amazing, isn't it? Because I mean, going back to coming forward now to the 21st century, we're kind of just inventing ways of sustainable energy, and yet back in the 18th century they were doing it. So, nice little concrete road takes us across the level crossing. Busy railway track, so you've got to keep your eyes open crossing that. The trains will let you know. And then we walk along here past the ruins of the old village. Long gone now. There used to be a railway station here, Tidemills railway station, and the remains of that is still visible next to the track. In the distance there is Newhaven. These fields are now all being returned back to their natural state. Used to be farmed, and in fact I used to have permission to shoot rabbits on here at one time, but I don't think I'll ever get that now. Yeah, so here we go. We'll have a look at where the Tidemills were, where the actual bridge, where the creek goes underneath this path in a minute. Whitethorn is starting to flower, just about to start flowering. That'll be awash with white flowers in the next weeks, assuming we don't get a storm that blows them all off. And you know, we've kind of gone full circle, haven't we? Because now we're generating our energy with wind and tide. It's a pity they couldn't redevelop this creek out. Final flow through here. I imagine this was well dredged to get enough power to actually. Hiya, alright. Busy little place for doggy walkers. Which can be a bit of a nuisance on the beach. You have to keep your hooks and everything up out of reach. Don't want a dog swallowing one of your baits with a hook in it. Tidemills. Racing stables here. One time. There was a mutiny. 1761. And 1940 evacuated to defend against the Germans. Used to be a seaplane hangar here during First World War. And there's the creek, pretty silted up now. Underneath where I'm standing, there's actually tunnels underneath this road here, which is where the water would have rushed through, and I guess the mills were here somewhere. So you get that flow. I imagine also that this was a bit longer and a bit more of a flow, or whether it went out to the sea again, I don't know. And back over in the distance over there is Seaford, my hometown. Well, here we are again, down at Tidemills. Slightly different stage of the tide. Tide is still going out a little bit, and then they'll be coming around about 2:30, I think, on the way back in again. So we get a little bit of ebb, and then plenty of flood. I don't think it's this ridge here looks like it is the top of the last tide. We'll see. I don't know if I'm going to stay here till the top of the tide, because that will be about 8 o'clock. But who knows? Certainly going to stay till dark. I can't stay after dark, so I'm going to torches the lights with me. Yeah, still got the fishing Tom hat on, but Tom, I'm sorry mate, but the bobble has to go. We'll be removing that later. Right, so what we're using today is we've got a couple of rods out, 2 for Plaice and 1, well, got a bit of bluey on it, just in case there's any ray about here. I haven't heard of any ray getting caught here, but that doesn't mean to say they're not here. Right, what we're going to use today is we're going to use what's called a Portsmouth loop rig. Okay, I don't know if you can see that against the, so I'll put it up against the sky. So The bottom snood is attached right at the bottom of the rig, right next to the weight, so it's right hard on the bottom. Okay, we've got an imp bait clip there. Okay, so the bait will clip into that imp. Okay, and then just above the hook we have a little cascade swivel, and the top hook clips into the cascade like this. So there you have it. So it's called a loop rig because there's a loop of line here. As soon as this hits the water, the imp releases the bottom hook, which releases the top hook, and so we're fishing 2 hooks. Got some nice pink and green beads on here as attractors. A bit of a bait stop here. Let's slide this down so the bait doesn't slide up the line. So move that down the line, hold those tight against there. Haven't got one on this side, on this one for some reason, but it's only a very short snood. Okay, so there we have it. Now the weight that we're using is a weight that's designed to roll side to side. Shouldn't drag in too much because this kind of locks in the bottom, but it'll roll from side to side and hunt out those little gullies. Because we're hunting for plaice today. Plaice are predominantly a sight feeder. They're looking for something that's moving. So what we'll do is every so often we'll give this a tug, bring it in a couple of feet, just so we're fishing different areas. Okay, we're fishing it on a Q6 rod, which is a nice lightweight rod, very tip action, shows up all the bites. We're using braid line, so there's no stretch in the line, so the bite detection is amazing. We did just have a bite on this, and it was probably very small fish robbing the bait, because when the bait came in, it was, well, one of the hooks was completely robbed. Okay, and there we have it. Okay, reel I'm using on this rod is a Fox 12,000S. Again, nice reel, picked it up second hand like most of my gear. Nice long tapered cone on the fixed ball part, so it's a good casting reel. And I'm using braid 55-pound class line as my shock leader, and then the main line is 20 pound. So let's have a go. Let's whack this out and see what we can pick up. Now I've got one rod out to the right, I've got one rod that's kind of right as well, so we'll go over here to the left. Means we've got to juggle the rods around a bit. Sun's come out a little bit. It's nice and warm now actually. I was going to put up a beach shelter and show you how to put up a beach shelter, but at the moment there's no real need for a beach shelter, so we probably won't bother. New Avon arms there. The rig is in. Not sure if that's something to do with the wind farm which is out there at sea or what. I don't know why it's here. So just going to do an overhead thump. Boom. Nice splash. Because the wind's behind us, I haven't chuck it very hard and it's going out a long way. Let that settle on the bottom, and then we'll walk back up, keeping a bit of tension on the line so that we're not leaving a great big loops of line out there, but we want to keep in contact with the bait. But we don't want to be dragging it. Not yet anyway. Right, so put this rod where this one is. Move this one over. We're going to give this one a little bit of a tug. Move the bait. Just in case there's a Plaice snoozing around, looking at the bait, trying to make up his mind whether to take it. Giving it a little tug might just make up his mind. That's it, brought it in a few feet there. And then we'll lift this one out of the way. This isn't, the white rod is my big rod. It's the one that's got half a bluey on it, on a grip wire. I want it anchored on the bottom. I don't want it moving around too much. And we're just going to leave it out there. And then all I do is I just lay that, because obviously I've only got 2 rod rests. I'll lay that across the top like that. And so that's always going to go off to the right. Right hand rod is in the middle, left hand rod to the left. And there we have it. I don't know if you can see the lights there on the harbour. It tells you that it's clear to enter the harbour. If the top light was out and they put a green light below the white light, so you've got green, white, green, it means that you can't enter the harbour. It means the ferry's about to come out. Loads of people fishing up there on the beach. Probably have to zoom this in post edit to see if you can see them, but there's a whole bunch of people there. Just this side of Buckle. Yeah, just this side of the Buckle. So maybe they know something I don't know. But hey, it's nice, it's quiet down here. It's all about self-isolation, boys and girls. It's all about self-isolation. I ain't going to be catching any diseases off down here, and I'm not going to be diseasing anybody up. And so that's it, that's why we're here. In the fresh air, because it's good for you and it's good for your soul. Well, I'm sorry Tom, but I've given it a good go. And the bobble has to go. Yeah, I'm not a bobble person, personally. So, here he goes. The bobble is gonna go. And the bobble has gone. Easy bobble. And there's the hat without the bobble. And I think you'll agree, it looks much better. I can't see because obviously it's on my head, but I suspect it looks better. So bobble gone. Right, just had an almighty great tug on this left hand rod. Just leave it a little while and see what happens. Might just tweak that bite, the lead a little bit, so we can encourage a second go at it. I turned the camera off and the rod nearly jumped out of the rod rest, and there's something tugging on here, so I think we've got a fish on it at last. Don't know what it is. Let's hope it's Plaice. What we got here? There's something going on. Oh, little schoolie. A little schoolie. First bass of the year, look at that. What a beautiful little fish. What a beauty. Hey, what a beauty. It's scale perfect. And obviously well undersized, so he's going back, but a welcome sight. A welcome sight nonetheless. I did wonder about that when it was tugging and rattling like that, but yeah, what a beautiful fish. Thin perfect. Right, it's not done you any good. Let's get you back in the water before you damage yourself, you sneaky fish. Boom, gone. Nice to see some schoolies. I'm going to go and get your big great grandfather. Right, the make yourself a cup of tea God didn't even allow me to make the cup of tea. I talked about it, put the cup and the tea out ready to go, and I got a bite, and it was a nice little Schoolie Bass. Very welcome to see. Obviously he went back. You'll see from the video. Just thin, perfect little bass. Let's see what we can encourage this time. Do get a lot of Schoolie Bass around here in the summer, but it's a bit early now. But I suppose this time they don't go away. They haven't gone away. And you sometimes get them boiling on the surface in the summer chasing a whitebait. Very good to see. Great lure fishing. Obviously small bass, got to go back, but it's just a bit of sport. Cheers. Till the next one.
It's time I can tell. Waterfalls wash me. gonna wait, not gonna waste our time.
So, achieved the target species at long last. It's only a little one, but nice little place. That is a starter for my tea tonight, I think. Oh, friggity diggity dee. Pack up. I'm gonna pack up. Right, here we are, another day down the beach. A bit different today, full wind blowing, but it's coming offshore, so the sea's quite calm. Bit of a bite in the air, however, it's a bit cold, so we are going to put the beach shelter up today, and I'm going to do a little video on how to do that when the wind's blowing. Should be interesting. But I don't know if you'll see this, I might zoom it in post edit, but there's already quite a lot of people down here. The word is definitely out of Plaice in. Let's see, hopefully we'll get to see some today. Right, so we're going to put the beach shelter up now. Right, we're going to take this beach shelter down. Basically, it's the reverse of putting it up. Another way of cooking your brew on a beach. Nice little thing, little jet stove, gas bottle. Got its own sort of windshield thing there. It's only been on a few seconds and it's got steam coming out of it already. So that's a good bit of kit. Might have to search one of those out myself. Yeah, excellent. A lot of the people that were up to our left here have gone home, so either that means they were here all night or either they pulled it off, because it's not pleasant down here. It's cold wind. The rig I'm using is I'm going to call it the double pulley versatile rig. I've never seen anybody using this, but it kind of occurred to me that you could rig something up so that you could actually just swap the hooks over and do all sorts of different things with it. So I'll show you how to tie this rig a bit later on, but basically you've got the main rig body is 60-pound grease weasel with a trident clip either end and then 2 pulleys on it, and combined with a splashdown at the bottom and a bait clip on the end of one of the clips, you can actually vary this as much as you like. And on top of that, this is the bling that I'm using at the moment. So all the plaice I've caught up till now, using various combination of beads, they all seem to come on the combination of yellow and orange. So that's what I've gone for today. And down the beach there's a whole bunch of nutters about to go swimming. End of a morning session. Wasn't blank, had one little dingling.